Welcome everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm back again at 7. This episode is going to be primarily on, the topic for the tips is going to be the power of walking away. This resonates a lot with me because it's something I really struggled with in the past. Just letting the trade do what it's going to do. I was speaking to my mentor in the past, and primarily she was saying, you make all your decision making is happening before you enter that trade. And once you click that buy or sell button, the decision is made. There's no continuing on thinking about if this is a good trade or not. It's you already entered the trade. And if you are able to decide before the trade that it's a good setup, then see it out. And that primarily was the whole concept of it is something that I really had to lock in on and focus on, and I had to find my own little sauce and how to go about it. For me, I ended up going the trade management route, so I know once I enter the trade, I don't have to touch this again. I could literally just enter the trade, minimize the chart, even turn off mute the volume, mute the sound so I don't get the order filled. I don't gotta stop filled. I don't gotta hear any of that stuff, and I just let it run. And that's something that I want to point out too is I do have a trade manager for you guys if you're interested in it. It goes by ATR and it goes by pips or points depending on how you want to set it up. If you're interested, reach out to me, but there are free trade managers out there for you guys to use. Great trade managers out there that you guys can use that are completely free. So I want to implore you guys to go ahead and search for those because for me, just adding a trade manager to my style and to my system really helped. So now it's like, oh, I'm not moving my stop loss earlier than it's supposed to be. I'm not to break even. I'm not adding more to my stop loss out of fear of me losing the trade if it gets close to it. No, I enter my stop loss is placed. I don't got to think about it anymore. My brain is off. And that's the big thing. For me, it was like my brain is still trying to make sense of the trade while I'm in the trade. If I see it moving in the opposite direction, and once you enter the trade, that's when your brain should be turned off. You should not be thinking anymore. You should not be, there's nothing that you have to actively do, for me at least. And that's also why I'm not a trader that adds into my position during a trade. I don't enter more into my position at all. I enter my position, that's it. I hit TP1, TP2, and I'm gone. And that's something that is very important because it was never about system. For me, it was never about lack of faith in the system. Being an emotional trader, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm a very, very, very emotional trader to a point where in the beginning I'm thinking, I'm trying to figure out any way to kind of, oh, let me read this book, let me read this trading psychology book, let me do this. But the thing is that I'm only emotional once I enter the trade, and that was a big drawdown to my situation because me being super emotional is causing me to move stop losses, exit early, do all this weird shit. Excuse my language, but it had me doing a lot of weird stuff that I wasn't in agreement with. And that's why it's like the power of walking away. Find a way, and it may not be you being an emotional trader. I think everyone has their own thing that they have to get over when it comes to trading, and the emotions is my thing, but for you, it may be fear of loss, fear of uncertainty, whatever it is, you got to figure that out. And the thing that I appreciate about trading is if you have some sort of, I don't want to say flaw, but that's the best word I could think of at the moment, is if you have a flaw in your game, a flaw in the way you trade, there's always other people out there that probably most likely have went through the same thing. And in my situation, that's where I got the advice from, to use trade managers and just walk away. Since you're an emotional trader, you're not the type of trader that should be adding into positions because you're not in the right state of mind while you're in a trade. All right, cool. I got that. What else can we do? I think you should go ahead and pick up using a trade manager, indicator, whatever you want to call expert advisor. You use one of those And so once you enter the trade, you ain't even got to think about it no more. You do all your thinking beforehand. I'm really logical. I'm really smart when it comes to me not being in a trade. I could really read a chart. I could really apply myself when I am in the trade. So now that when I'm in the trade, I don't have to do anything. I'm hands off. It goes to a place where it's like, all right, cool. I don't have to do all this. So even if you do have some type of flaw in your game, hey, there's probably tools out there that could really help you out. You know what I'm saying? If you need help, if you have a hard time seeing trends, I have someone that I talk to that has issues with that. Well, guess what? There's indicators that point out trends and stuff like that. It's such a world, it's such a, that's why I find trading to be such a beautiful place, because if you do have issues or you do have shortcomings, there's always some type of way to fix that. Even if I can't really put it into words, but I'm over the time for this video today. I want to thank you guys for showing up. It's 7. The link to my Patreon will be in the description below if you guys are looking for copy trading. And if you guys do want the trade manager, go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon for free. Message me and I'll give you more information on how to get it. One love.